Eu tive que iniciar outra live, galera, porque essa caiu. Deve ter caído.
For Fun has spoiled, and so now they have to rotate in late. They could come in late enough to actually catch Vitality unaware. Blast knows that they're over here somewhere. He doesn't know exactly where they are. Noobs maybe shot a hair too early, but actually throwing some shots is fine because Vitality's going to be checking their back, and the Falcons are going to rotate further south back towards boat.
Here's my problem. With the circle pulling towards the east, really favoring coal and lumber, this is going to be difficult, not only for the teams that have been duking it out inside of research. We see some interesting moments there for Spectre, but good thing you have Authentics out on the outskirts, kind of working towards that resurgence timer to get his teammates back on in. But think of the south side, right? For Fun, they're on the boat again. Yep. And the Falcons love to rotate through the south side. And Dongy is going to have to go on the hunt.
Yeah, they had to come back this way. And oh my gosh, this is for free? What in the world? Just complete miscue of information. Dongy's going to line them all up and knock them all down with the help of his teammates. Good grief. For Fun in an absolute blender. What started fantastic for them at the beginning of this map. They went out in boat and then they just get lost. The Falcons break them apart and eat them for breakfast. Golly, the Falcons have complete control of the boat now and are in control of the south side or southwestern side of the zone.
Right, but where do you go from here? The closest team to you on that lumber mill side of things is going to be Gentlemates. They have control of the main building. Up north of you, as you can see in the distance, you're going to have Ravens, you're going to have Vitality, and one member of G2. And the likelihood of them kind of swinging around, probably going to happen.
Woo! Criminal God. Showing us he's got more than some beams. Got great shots there. New snipe. See if you can get a couple more from the sky. Why not?
Okay. Spectre, VP, still going at it up there in the north. The brawl of Research Center is going to go on for some time. It's going to evict a lot of teams down towards that coal depot where you do have some heavy hitting squads going at it. I'm looking at AG Global and T1. Some of the teams that have the capabilities to net themselves a map win are in a good position.
Caralho, agora que eu vi que eles adicionam um negócio reflexo, velho. Que foda.
You see Los Carrillos. They've got complete control of the bottom right-hand corner of Lumber. You see Gentlemates still alive in main Lumber. G2 in an utter blender yet again. The Falcons going to have to rotate in, and luckily for them, G2 has been picked apart, so this solo is not going to do too much to them. You see they're going to rotate through. Behind them, the Ravens have played spoiler to Vitality, completely putting Vitality in the Resurgence blender as well. They're having to fly back in, and it looks like Vitality may actually land boat, so we'll watch out for that. If they don't land boat, I don't know where they go, frankly.
Vocês vão pegar a posição pra pegar eles.
Is still at boat and now maybe in trouble, but the other two have rotated all the way into Lumber. Are going to be running into the Gentlemates. Got to swing back over to Lumber if we can. The Raven's important, but Ahsoka gets landed on by Vitality. This is a great move. High IQ play from Vitality. You're putting the blender, and now the Falcons in deep trouble. We lose noobs. It is all down to Dongy, who does get the buyback.
And that's so important because if you are going to start having some players fall, you've got to get your players back. Z-Dark there had that most wanted on his back. He's going to be really sought out by Dongy, and he's looking to get the pings, looking to evict them. You had Criminal God on the roof, and so is Dongy.
Still alive. Falcons are able to restabilize and take down two of the three members of Los Carrillos, but we've got a mirror out in the water. Should be fine. The Falcons... I've been put in a blender, Tiff, and somehow they still come out in one piece.
But what I'm saying is, they have the south side. They have the south compound of Lumber Mill. What is going to happen? Sure, Los Carrillos is going to keep spawning back on over there, but they're not going to immediately land back on Lumber, back on the Falcons. You do have Gentlemates across the way. Your biggest contenders are going to come from T1 just to the northeast, but they have to cross through open terrain. VP, they still have a huge rotation through Twisted Minds at Cole. This is not going to be easy for anyone except potentially Gentlemates or the Falcons to close this out.
Yep, Falcons have bottom right-hand corner of the map. This next zone is going to dictate a ton. We see Twisted Minds complete control of Cole, like you said. T1 on a bit of a banger, actually. 9 kills here for Spam yet again. He's been crushing it in the latter half of this competition. Just a matter of whether or not it's too late.
It could be.
VP still alive, by the way, going to contest Twisted Minds on the north side, but have to rotate into zone. While Spectre is still alive, maybe going to play a bit of spoiler to T1. I doubt they rotate around that side, but maybe could catch push T1 in transition. We'll see. Or the Falcons, though, got to creep into zone.
The best part about Lumbermill, there's 2 buy stations. Gentlemates hold one, Falcon holds another. And look what Gentlemates are doing. They're sending one player out, looking to get mixy. The smokes come down. They're still looking for angles, trying to do what needs to be done. Even investing their anchor, giving up their main building. We're shifting to the north. We still have to go to Cole after this. But this battle could give us the one more game. And look who's trying to hold on. It's Soka dancing around. He's got the money to hit the buyback, but we've got to get to the buy station. And Gentlemates do not let you. We get one more game.
At least one more. The Gentlemates have stopped them. The Falcons, what a wild comeback to restabilization. And then finally, the Frenchmen take them down. A crazy map, but the Falcons do not do it, which means we have at least one more. And this is a great map for Twisted Minds to catch back up.
rapaziada, ele foi tentar, tipo, botão atacar ele, não conseguiu.
Desperately needed outside of contention for EWC, and they're trying to assure their spot there by winning this fight. Unfortunately, you got Shifty running out of bullets, having to swap to the sidearm and not getting it. VP winning a big fight right now. 2 more players still alive, and Allman gonna have to do it by himself for now. Z-Smith trying to catch back up and get back
Caralho,
on the
velho,
map.
esse Almonds ele joga demais, Thiago.
T1
O Almonds ele joga demais.
the chaos in Cole, and they are reacting to it. Just on the outskirts, look at that. The sandwich that they have created. Don't know if
já
it's super
foi.
smart for them, but here's the deal. There's only 2 of them because one member of T1 has already just flown back in from zone. They're committing to going back to their team, but VP is looking strong. Grimy on 9, looking for double digits. We were asking for
Essa arma aí do Almonds tá top, tá? Ele ia falar não, velho. Mas na moral, essa arma dele tá foda demais, tá matando pra caralho.
And again, T1 having another banger, so they're going to be in contention as well. Now, Ravens holding this cross and this rotation in, potentially between these 2 teams and zone. Already inside of zone is the Gentlemates. They've won out in Lumber, they took down the Falcons, and now they have zone position. They're in a fantastic spot to win this map as everybody else chalks each other. Virtus Pro, again on a heater, almost 20 kills between the 3 of them. In a crazy encounter, Destroy is now alone with 2 members of Ravens trying to rotate in late. They didn't account for Destroy out here by himself, but he can't take them both at the same time. Raven still alive, but barely breathing. He's last up, the other down, and waiting for a res, which he actually may be able to stick because of the zone pull. The Ravens could win this map. Gentlemates in trouble off screen.
Obrigado, minha neném, te amo.
Long gone now, and G2 are down to a solo.
Cara, esse time eu acho que o Team Falcon já morreu. Só tem o M8 Hollow. Ah não, o Team Falcon não morreu não. Eles acabaram de atirar. Porra, eles vão pontuar, velho.
Eliminates him, and now a 2v1. The Ravens are looking to end this one out.
A clutch win against Destroy in a 2v1 has set them up for success and picking up the res.
Ó, matou.
The Ravens will win this, no problem.
Caralho.
G2 returning to form a bit, making it to the top 5, but it's just not enough to take down Ravens Esports. From getting 6 in the qualifiers, missing out on a direct spot to this moment right here by 0.6, to going nuclear in the final map in the open LAN finals to get to this stage. I'm telling you also, it's
stuff. Crazy. But we do look at VP there on the left. Adrian and Grimy. Destroy just got up. He's like, I gotta take a walk after that one. We absolutely fragged out. But to end that one with a 1.4x multi to go alongside those kills is going to be nice. Now, here's the deal though. We got a new winner. We got another game. And for Ravens Esports,
Team Focus. Team Focus.
They've actually had a great day today. They haven't gotten a win, like you said. But again, they just crazy moments to get to this stage, and they are in final form. This team is so strong. And to get a win with a sizable amount of kills, we'll take a look back on how they did it. But they desperately needed this to maintain their spot and frankly nearly secure their spot pending how long it takes us to kind of finish out this tournament on match point. Be very curious to see where our leaderboard's at, but shout out to T1 as well. Spam on double digits again as a solo means T1 had another good map, which will put them into contention. And if we got down to it, we were looking for top 5, right? That's the multiplier that matters. Gentlemates did all the work on the south side of the map at Lumber, Tev. And And when they won out in Lumber, I thought they were going to win this map, but look who it is. Vitality skating around on the outside in the zone. Vitality end up chalking Gentlemates.
They do, but they had to enter at some point. And do you choose Cole, which has already got VP up there?
Look at
He's
this.
looking dangerous. Ravens is there, and I love where they even positioned one of the Gentlemates, right? He's there on the silo on the outskirts of Lumber. Someone does fly back in of Vitality through the window, and that kind of triggers that last member of Gentlemates to roll up in there. Just wasn't quick enough. His team had already been eviscerated by that. He does kind of take the win there on Vitality, but it leaves them with minimal numbers and no real way to get the team back. So you have to go on as a solo.
Yeah, Vitality did a really good job there. They got to top 5 and they pick up 2 more kills. Put Gentlemates in a terrible position now as a solo. Of course, Scythe, well-placed grenade. I mean, fantastic job there. Scythe picks up second place position. But then it's a 1v2. They set up the perfect trap. Ravens Esports not going to scam this one. They've got zone pull. They've got high ground. They got player advantage. You've got everything you need to win this one, and they're able to do just that. So Ravens Esports, they get the win finally. They desperately needed it in order to secure their spot to EWC. It's not fully secured, but it is much more assured at this point, Tiff, based on a scoreline like that.
I said it was the beginning of the end, Goj, and you thought it was the end. And I'm so happy to say that we are literally going again. We get one more game, and I know Dan and Enigma are going to be so amped to be able to commentate. Now, do I think it ends in the next 2 matches? Yes. Do I want it to end? No.
I don't know where this leaderboard's at, though. Did anybody else actually breach match point? I don't know. But, folks, we're going to head to a very short break. When we come back, we got at least one more game. You're not going to want to miss it.
Lock in, load up, and let's make history. Doggy from above, the shots are firing. Fights coming thick and fast and furious. Today is about legacy. Guess what? You thought you were safe? Everyone who's falling into this guy's sights is dying. Twist and Might! They do it to the very end. It was patience all the way through.
Caralho. Morri aqui, rapaziada. Foi mal.
of Warzone Resurgence Series is coming to the 2026 Esports World Cup in Riyadh.
Eu queria, meu amor, que eu tô morrendo de saudade. O problema é que eu não consigo. Porque a minha cabeça fica tá dando umas pontadas. Ligando a peça bússola.